What's up, guys? Welcome to another day of Autoforge development. So yesterday we were looking at possibly creating a language server for Teal, or trying to get the current language server upgraded to have auto completion and maybe some other features. After looking at it for many hours yesterday, I ultimately decided that it was just like too far outside of my wheelhouse and too much work to really justify doing right now. Uh, I think I might reach out to the current maintainers of Teal and the Visual Studio Code language server extension for Teal, and just like see if I can help kind of get that moving, maybe do some of the work, but I don't want to do all of it. But anyways, so since we're not doing that, that means that we're doing something else, right? And what we decided to do is another thing dealing with Teal that we needed to do is expose all of our C++ classes to Teal, so that way we can actually have Teal understand our classes and properly check our code that we're using our classes right. So again, for anyone who hasn't been following along, Teal is a typed dialect of Lua. What that means is that we can provide type information for our variables, and then Teal will yell at us when we are doing something wrong. So this is actually an example of a Teal file. So we can provide something kind of like classes. They call them records here, and like functions. We can say like, hey, X is a number and Y is a number. And that way, if we ever try to assign a string to X, it will yell at us. If we say p.x is equal to blah, it's going to become, well, it would become unhappy, but I think this is not saving, so it's not being able to. That failed. Anyways, pretend like it warned me, because it normally does, and it would not be happy about that. So this is invalid. It would yell at us. And so we need to expose all of our C++ classes over. So what I decided to do is use our current tool that's kind of already doing this for us for exposing our C++ classes to Lua. And so this is like one way, so that way Lua and C++ can, have an understanding of like, whenever I say we want to use a UI bar element or an entity, and knows what that is. And so we have to provide, all of the functions and fields for that class. And so I was working in C# and decided to build out that tool. It's called LuaExpose, and try to get it to be able to generate these files. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here. There's a lot to show. There are these files called d.tl files that are like declaration files for our classes. So this is very similar. Like Teal is to Lua as TypeScript is to JavaScript. And my understanding is that TypeScript has a .d.ts file that does kind of the same thing. And so we need to, provide this sort of information, this declaration, to tell Teal how that type can be used, or that record. And so we are generating these files with LuaExpose. And LuaExpose is a little tool that we have been developing. And so I was kind of refactoring some things around and getting it so that way it can kind of not just expose our C++ stuff to Lua, but create these declaration files for Teal. So I started kind of getting that working where we can nicely, like, first we use CPP-AST to be able to, parse our C++ code and, generate a syntax tree. And then using that, we're able to do some really cool stuff with it. Like right now, all I'm just doing is say, hey, let's create a Teal class. And then we have a template that we use where we're like, okay, write out this file using all of our classes. And this needs to be expanded. There's more to be done, but we got kind of the basics working, which ends up looking like this over here, where we have, our fields being exposed and functions. If we go to like component, we can see these are being nicely exposed. And there's we can see all these squiggly lines. That's right now most of those are caused from it's not finding the declarations of these other things in other files, and I need to get that. Like animation does exist, it's in animation, but it's like right now not being able to find that. And so yeah, we just need to work on that. But we have, so we have these files being generated, and it's parsing everything. So it's just a matter of kind of getting our classes, like kind of things being translated over to Teal from our CPP parse. And this is the template right now that we have. We're kind of building that out and getting close to really solving everything. There's still more to be done, and that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Spoiler! But that's it for now. I know it's a lot. We did a lot of work today, like 6 hours straight. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one.